Okay, not everybody volunteer at once.
I did
I
it
wasn't
last
even
week,
here,
but I can do
so
it again
I
if
got
Anybody
it.
who's feeling it, you got it. You got it, Gabe. Perfect.
Gabe
I
got
got
it.
it. I got it. Okay.
Very good.
So the session before last, um, we ended off with the events unfolding of the previous kind of vision we got from our actual characters. And then we picked up pretty much us being shielded and teleported away to Isola's library slash laboratory. Um, we try a few different things. Estok tries to get in contact with Sam. That's how we find out communications are down. Um, Erixis comes in and checks on Masiri, me, uh, and casts Death Ward on me, which is that still active?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a
it
long
lasts like
rest.
8 hours. Yeah, yeah. Is
Or
it eight?
no, 8 hours or long rest. Either way, we have
Let
plenty
me
of
let
time.
me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
check it.
it should still be up though.
Death Ward is 8 hours.
Yeah. So it's up.
Yeah. We still have another like 5 hours or so,
Oh, okay,
6 hours.
okay. Okay. And then we kind of like show appreciation to each other and say we're gonna get through it. We're gonna have each other's backs through it all. And that's with everybody's characters, not just Masiri and Erixis. Um, Nereus goes up to Astra and introduces them to his brother. Kind of have a little bit of backstory there, talk a little bit, meets for the first time and everything. Erixis attempts to cast detect poison, and what he gets from it is there's disease and poison all around us in every single direction, no matter where it is. Uh, and then Astok also tries to or attempts to use the PA system, which fails, and then we hear the PA system actually go active as a message comes through. Um, it says that this is Tarantatious, saying that the Wizard's Tower is offering refuge for all. Um, and then after the message goes through, we know it's a trap, and or we think it's a trap, and we don't think it's good for people to actually go there. So Hestock turns the PA system off, so nobody will be able to use it. Um, then Isola contacts Corey, one of her friends, to come down to the lab and kind of keep an eye on everybody downstairs as we're going to try to make our way to the Wizard's Tower. Um, we also asked Malkador to come along to aid us in our venture there because he is a very powerful wizard as well. Um, and we decided to make our way through the sewers as that's probably our best bet. One, because we know our way around it. Plus, we have Isha to guide us, so he kind of just knows it with his eyes closed. Um, and then we make our way and get under the wizard's tower. Isha sends some owls out to make sure we're still clear. Uh, and then we send an owl out to try to observe the outside world, and it immediately disintegrates and kind of just disappears pretty much. It's just no longer. Um, After having some thought of how we're going to get in without us getting injured without a need, we decide to just break in with a huge explosion from the bottom. Um, so Isha uses Shatter at the 5th level, uh, which makes a huge hole and shakes the entire ground. And we go into the amphitheater. I didn't know how to spell it, so I put two words: ampa and theater or theater.
Close enough.
So Isha,
Amphitheaters.
yeah, we don't see anything whenever we get in. So we Isha senses something and casts True Sight, and we detect or he detects three entities, um, and we can't see them. However, he casts something to help us also visualize them. Uh, and then we begin combat with them. It being a unicorn and two, I put ghosts. That's what we kept calling them. I didn't
They
know.
were shades.
Shades.
To
Okay.
to be specific.
Okay. I'm sure Rowan's racist to them too.
Yeah, it's some.
Probably.
Okay. And
We'll work on
then
that, man.
the unicorn actually tries to attack Neris, and Neris luckily we he makes a good enough roll and does not die immediately. And
Skillfully.
then okay, and then S-Dog just kind of beams him and just one shots him. Makes light work of them. Then we kind of go through all of our turns, and then S-Dog again. His turn comes around, so he finishes off the other two ghosts. We kind of just put a dent in them. Let's see, and then a voice. We hear a voice echo kind of throughout the room. We can't really sense where it's from. It kind of sounds like it's all around us. Saying we're gullible, that we fell right into this trap, and Tarantatius falls from the roof and kind of appears on top of Neris and Erixus, and he kind of squishes him a little bit, and then he hits us with that stink breath. That's what I have on here, so that's his move, stink breath. And then after we go through combat with him, we have a few different good runs. Kind of Neris slap boxes him a little bit there. Malkador traps him in a box with Tarantatius. Tarantatius digs a hole, gets out, and after we a long extensive fight with him, we kind of destroy his physical body. However, he tells us that his physical form means nothing. And after the combat, we start making our way to Estoc's office because we believe that's probably going to be the best kind of spot for us to go, and the so we can use the PA system and get access to communications across the city again. And then he also makes another announcement. We close the door behind us. He makes another announcement telling people that the city tells the city pretty much that Archimagos is behind a scheme to ascend, and not to trust the announcement made to go to the Wizard's Tower, that it was more of a setup. And as he's making this announcement, we hear the door start to get kind of pushed down, banged in. So he closes up the PA system, wraps it up. And as we're trying to hold the door, we also cast some ice on the door. The ice begins to break, and we get ready to fend off what we assume is a large swarm, which was, and we find a Gatling gun in Estoc's office, and that kind of helps us out through the kind of the fight we have with this swarm, and what seems to be an endless onslaught. As we're coming down a little bit, and we think it's starting to slow down, it just keeps picking back up, and then we notice blue orbs begin to appear around the area. There's gates and everything holding them back, and we see the orbs through the gates, and we hear gunshots just unload into this swarm of creatures, and we notice it to be Estoc's army, and fends them all off, and after a still very long fight holding them off, the battle begins to just die down, and we finally can get to a breathing point, and Thimble comes up to surprise. Okay, Estoc. Okay, all right. Thimble appears and greets Estoc, and to Estoc's shock, Thimble is still alive, believing that he was shot down and dead, because we had no other communications with him, so we couldn't really get in contact with him after a good greeting, and everybody meeting back up. Thimble also brings us Daniel, the lackey. Daniel says some insulting words to S-Stock and Thimble. S-Stock cuts his head off, just grabs him and cuts his head off. And then Thimble also explains to us how his ship was swarmed and not actually like shot down. That instead demons kind of damaged the whole of the airship to bring it down. And after talking out what we think we should plan next, we decide that getting more reinforcements before actually trying to fight a bigger battle would probably be best, knowing that Tarantatius was just meant to kind of stall us, get a taste of just what the battle actually is to come. And we decide that we're going to go get reinforcements from many different areas around the city and rendezvous back at S-Stock's office. And then that's where we kind of cut from everybody's characters. And in this time, we kind of get a flashback from Masiri of Masiri and Vanala greeting each other when Vanala arrives into the city. Them being friends, very close, growing up together. Masiri and him have a very good conversation and also discuss some of their similar conflicts with other people in the city. Vanala clearly having a problem with the Magos, and Masiri trying to make sure that Vanala stays on a good path, how he has always been. And as they say their goodbyes, that's where we ended the session and pick up here.
Very good. You could take inspiration for that. So we kind of ended last session pretty quickly because it had been going for like 5 fucking hours. So we're going to pick up basically in that moment right before you guys are heading out to your various things. I'm going to give you guys a little bit just because everyone was so tired of the last time. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas or any small discussions you guys want to have before you head out and split up and stuff like that, any plans you want to make, we'll go ahead and start with that.
Can I
I think we're
see-
splitting up, right?
Yeah, can I see if
Yeah,
your
but this
Rix
is I just want to give you guys some time because it was so late at the end of the session last time.
Oh, like to
If there's
plan?
anything-
Mhm.
Yeah, if there's anything additional
Yeah.
you want to do before you split up, now is the time.
Can your
Okay.
Rixes take a look at Daniel and see if there's anything new about this infected form than the other one we saw earlier on?
Oh yeah.
And
Can I do
Isha.
that?
Yeah. Eurixis can roll me either a
And guide
medicine or
myself.
perception. Yeah, that's fine. Can
Fuck
roll
yeah.
either perception or a medicine check. And
Or do I
then
get advantage on one of them?
No, it'd be just straight. And then Isha will roll. You can do an Arcana or a Religion.
Oh,
I got
that's some ass.
16. Great. Rolled a 2.
16.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Mid. Mid. God damn it. Looks like a dead body.
On a 33,
Does a 33 hit?
Gabe, how that works is Starry Form doesn't give you like wild shape HP, I don't think.
Mhm.
So it still functions off your health pool.
Okay, because I didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
Because
No, it still
says
functions off your
it
main
takes-
health pool. You can still wild shape normally if you into animals if you want.
Okay.
Bear.
And what's my max
Wild
CR
shape into
on
a
that?
deer.
At level 20, it's whatever the fuck you want it to be. Really.
Beholder.
Okay.
Watch
I think
him
it's
into a
like-
beholder.
I think it's like 8 or 10,
Holy
Oh,
shit.
okay.
and it just has to be a beast.
Okay.
But even beyond that, if I'm not incorrect, you have the shape change spell, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's like wild shape on crack.
Yeah, I have
Turn
that's
into
level 9 spell.
Terratages.
You can
So-
turn
you
into
can-
any. You
a
can turn into
T-Rex.
any. You can turn into any creature you've seen with a CR your level or lower. So up to a CR 20 creature.
I think Terratages was probably a little higher.
How about Succubus, Gabe? It's a CR10.
turn into S stock.
Oh.
For personal reasons.
Is that possible? Can I turn into another character? Or no?
I believe so.
2 clerics.
I turn into a kobold ranger.
I turn racist. Just pulls
So
out a
you
mega hat.
form a different creature. The new form can be any creature with a challenge rating equal to your level or lower. Creature can't be a constructor or dead, and you must have seen the creature at least once. Transform into an average example of that creature, one without any class levels or spellcasting traits. So you could turn into him, you just wouldn't have all his abilities.
I would just. Oh, okay. So what would I would have? I wouldn't have his abilities, or I wouldn't have his like spells, kind of.
I think if you turn into another like player or something, I think it's basically saying that you'd be like half the level of that. You'd be at the power level of like half the level of that player.
And that's as
What
a
about
wild shape
that,
or shape change.
That's what shape change is a spell. It's much more efficient to use it to like I'm going to turn into a giant fucking monster.
what about that one guy we went to brunch with after Rick's show? You turn into that?
Oh yeah, the
Kularic? Yeah,
Yeah.
you could. Yeah, you could.
he's a pharaoh.
he is
No,
a-
not a pharaoh. A fucking
He's a
glyph.
Hyrosphinx.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a
what I said.
Hyrosphinx. He is a CR 18 creature, so you could turn into him.
Casual.
with shape change. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you have seen him.
Who was it again?
His name is Kularic. I'll tell you right now, Kularic has 700 health. He's a big guy.
So that
Should've
could be
fought
pretty
him.
beneficial.
We should have fought him.
I beat
Why?
his
just fucking jump. Sorry, Round was talking.
Urixes, are you good?
ass. Yeah.
Man, I need to go back to the church. The children, the orphans.
I want to range.
All right. So yeah, what other little planning or
Well,
ideas
what did
do you guys
Isha
have
get
to
on
do?
the
With?
33?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh
sorry.
yeah, I forgot it. You
Am I
guys got me off
16?
track. You guys got me off fucking track. On a 33. Let's see.
Okay, is it okay if I look up CR like 10 monsters or something like that?
Yeah, if you
Just
want to
so I
look up
can
like
get it.
CR, if you want to look up episode monsters, completely fine. Yeah.
Okay, I did. I have
Otherwise,
a list.
how would otherwise how would you know what you want to be?
Okay, well, the reason I said this is because I have a list, and there's Pokemon on this list, so I'm
Oh.
like,
All right, you have to
I
have
saw
seen, you have to have
Dragonite.
seen them.
I'm like, oh, I'm finna turn into Dragonite. Peep this one.
The Arceus.
You turn into the fucking trash can one.
Yeah, I turned to Metapod. Harden.
Hey, can you turn into Low Punny?
So I think Isha on a
Yeah.
33, you don't think that there's necessarily anything different done to Daniel's body. You think that he maybe had a little bit more control for a couple of reasons. One is because it doesn't seem like you for some reason have a feeling that the Abyss didn't have to dangle much in front of Daniel for him to be all like, oh hell yeah. Like it didn't take much, right? That's number one. And number two, you feel almost as if these creatures are all the same creature. Not like they're all copies of the same creature, but they are all the same creature.
Like a
And you
hive
feel like Daniel's body is like a connection point. It's like a Wi-Fi extender.
That goes along with what the what was her name?
Oh, no.
Eon? Yuon?
Ayun?
With what Yuon? Ayun, yeah. I forgot the I. Because
Yuan. That's pretty funny.
Ayun said that it's creating a web type shit that makes sense on how. Oh, sorry, I was just reading my notes. I'm stupid. It creates like a web type like disease transmitted through blood. So that would make sense if it was a hive mind, like adding on to what she said as well.
Yeah. I don't know what Isha does with that information. He says,
No, I relay it to the crew.
sure.
You know, I'm assuming I don't get shit on 16. He's
On a
dead.
Yeah, on a 16, I think you know as much as you know about the other bodies. It's abyssal. The blood is basically just like oil, flammable oil. You can see
And his
like
body morphed to like longer fingernails, longer
yeah, you can
teeth.
see his body looks the same. He's got that second layer of dermis underneath with those runes carved in.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll give you on a 16 though with the medicine. You do see that the runes on his body seem much more active. They repeat the same thing, but they seem to have some sort of kind of like magical ichor flowing through them.
You can't say
Gross,
that.
gross, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Ichor with the heart. God damn it.
Juice World?
I have these loose.
So
Sing
do
more
we,
like Bandit,
do,
but
do
yeah.
we think that like this is a hive mind kind of thing, or that
It would make sense,
think-
like with
yeah.
what Ayun said.
All the same creature. Yeah.
Yeah, because we know it's a disease, and we know it's quite literally taking over the city. And how they're so like how the flood came. Well, I said the flood, but how the flow of
The
bodies.
flood came.
Alrighty, how the
Omnis flood.
flow of bodies came at us all at the exact same time. The second they heard something, like it's suspect for sure.
Master Chief.
I think too on I'll give you all some of this check. You distinctly as a well-trained doctor, you are aware of the kind of mechanical dissonance that exists between people when they normally fight together, right? Whenever you have people who are fighting together as allies and stuff, there's usually some like physical limits because these people don't really share the same mind and they have to coordinate around each other. You feel like when you were fighting these things in the PA room, that they didn't exhibit that physical limit. It was less fighting individuals and more like a writhing mass that was all moving together.
Can I put one in my bag of holding? Can I put Daniel in my bag of holding? I'm a level 20 cleric. I assume I have one. I could be wrong.
Yeah, let me. I think you can. Let me make sure.
You can put like things in there, and he's deceased, so he's not living.
Yeah, the max is 500 pounds. Let me make
Damn,
sure.
Daniel, fat as hell.
Well, I just got to make sure you don't have too much stuff in there already. That
You
would
gotta
be a
go
concern.
one hit Vanilla, Monsieur. That would be crazy.
That would be insane, actually.
He rolls.
I
a
mean,
nat
we're level
20.
20.
Daniel in his current form weighs about 260. Yeah, you probably have room.
Okay. And I'm assuming I have materials
Well,
and shit
plus
in
his
there,
head's
right?
not on, so that's minus like 15 pounds.
Yeah. Can I ask Isha if he wants the head?
You want head?
Isha, you want
Yeah.
head? I mean, this head? And pick it up and just kind of wave it around.
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Alright, I put it in the bag as well.
All right. So your bag can't hold anything else while he's in there.
That's fine. If anything, I'd throw his head out. But yeah.
Yeah, that'll be. With the head, it's enough, but you just won't have any more room until you get him out of there.
That's okay.
So I guess add Daniel to your inventory.
Oh, I will. Daniel head.
What is
Daniel
the? I
parentheses head.
imagine that I'm not allowed. I wouldn't have had cameras in any levels higher than my office. Probably wouldn't have been allowed.
You have some cameras in the tower, but above a certain floor,
Yeah.
it's pretty limited. Really the only camera you have that can go above like maybe the 20th floor is the one that's in the elevator.
Yeah.
And even then it's pretty limited in what it can see.
I'll say I want to kind of get the group together, and I'll tell them that once we find Asaba and we get Sal, I think we can, just in my opinion, while helping them coming up with an evacuation plan for sure, but I really do trust that like if we put them in charge of that they could get it done very efficiently.
I agree. I still would like to go to my church.
Oh no, we're still
Um,
doing that. I'm just saying.
okay,
Yeah, I think everybody's still splitting up. I think he's just
Okay,
saying
okay.
overall. Also, I
Yeah.
want to say a note, something you guys have all noticed. None of the sounding bells for airship takeoff have started yet.
Hmm.
Would we know like a time frame of when they should have rang, or if they will ring
Well, we
soon?
made the announcement.
If the
relatively-
Wizards were planning on allowing a citizen evacuation, it would have started like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Those sons of bitches.
We have to coordinate it with our attack of them leaving.
Yeah.
Who's? If that's the case, then should we split off? Like we're gonna split apart, right? Gather our forces. Then should we split into two groups from there? One group leading the frontal assault on the actual wizards, and the other group getting
A
the
support and
airship
attack.
off-
Yeah.
getting the airships off the ground and like facilitating the evacuation.
I don't
No,
think
I
I don't think
I
it's a
don't
bad
think- I
idea.
don't think
It's
it'd be
just
worth-
the issue is like we know that like they have dealings with Ralathor and there's a lot of really powerful people in there.
yeah, it
So
wouldn't be
it's
worth
just-
taking away the.
It's a tough call to be taking away like some big resources like that, even though it
Yeah.
is for the evacuation. Like
Who can we really lose? You know.
That's the thing. Like who? I won't say
We have-
we're all pretty strong. I'm gonna say this. We're all really strong, so no one's really gonna be a hindrance on the fighting. But who's?
I think we need
Not-
everybody.
Yeah.
If I'm being, and if anything, it'd be Lanternhead. But do we want to like?
Lakador says, "Hey, fuck you."
I honestly forgot his name. If I'm being real, but
I think
I still want to know why he has a
I
lantern.
know Sal right now would be probably our number one asset in this fight against the Archmagos.
Well,
Yeah.
we all have like right hand
Yeah.
men and women.
Yeah, I
So-
plan on sending them
I
to
think
the
all
chair.
of you.
anyways.
I think all of you are aware of what Sal's sword does, right?
Yeah, it's a fucking it's like a legendary sword that kills things, right? Like,
No, it is
Oh.
a sword where the damage it does is scaled off of the highest spell slot that the person he's hitting has.
yeah, cool. And the Archmagos is a wizard. Cool.
He gets to add a D10 to each hit for every level of spell that is.
And the 9th level's
That is
Cool.
9d10, correct?
mm,
That's awesome.
mhm.
Sorry, so he should probably stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DM, I have an idea, but it may change if you don't allow it.
I'm always
I
down for some
want-
fuckery.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even fuckery, if I'm being honest. Like, because I plan to go to my temple, make sure everything is in working order, give orders, right?
Sure.
But I want to take 2 of my highest level clerics that have seen battle, like older ones,
Sure.
and bring them with me,
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
like into the the big battle. Is that
They're
allowed?
they're your forces to command. You
Okay.
can do
I didn't
whatever
want you to like
command.
have to
Yeah.
like throw extra,
No.
whatever. Okay. Because
Stuff
like I know
that,
Malkor's
like,
here,
like
but you know.
NPC blocks and stuff are pretty easy. Plus, for me, it's like cleric. I can play it with my eyes closed. Like,
Okay.
I played a few clerics, so it's,
Please
it's
don't
stuff
play
like
him with
that.
your eyes closed. I want to win.
Have Damien play him. He could play him with his eyes closed.
That's true. Damien
Nah,
is the
no
cleric
cap.
specialist.
Yeah, I know. We were messaging.
Yeah. Well, he
yeah.
asked me. He was like, "Hey, it's not like metagaming if I give him cleric advice." I was like, "No, he very much so would probably appreciate it." Like,
Oh, very much. Yeah.
I also didn't want to be a dick and be like, hey, here's all the
You're doing
reasons
it
why you're
wrong.
doing it wrong.
I also,
Yeah,
Let me
literally, yeah.
fix that for you.
I prefer
also-
that if I'm being real.
I also have like a Pokeball that I might just trap the Archmagos in because I imagine he's not very strong as a wizard.
no, no, not at all.
So basically, the way it works is I throw it at him. He has to make a strength saving throw, which I assume he'll fail, and then he gets a chance to make another one after a certain point. And if he fails that one, then he's stuck in the ball for a day, and then he has to wait a day until he can make another save.
Yeah. And it's a pretty decent. I think it's a 20. So I mean, he's got a minus to his strength, so he would need a nat 20.
Yeah, and I can command him to lay down, so that way he can't try to dodge it. it'd be at disadvantage to dodge it.
What
Okay. All right, let's decide the group. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That just came out. Do y'all want to decide the groups on split up or?
I think we're splitting up to get forces either way. I know me and Isha are going to the sewers, and you and Neris are going to your temples. And then
Yeah, in
I think
Missouri, I'm
Tirsan-
assuming,
I
right?
think and then Masir is going with you, and Tirsan and Asilla, if I'm not mistaken, are going to the school.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, what you got, Rock?
The
Right.
temple. Like we're at the same temple, right? Like me and
No, okay, so
No, it's different temples, but we both.
okay.
continue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's what I
DM.
was confused about because I wasn't sure. If
this,
we're at the same temple or-
so right now you're in the amphitheater, the Mage's Tower, and then there's your Neris's monastery, I guess it should really be referred to as.
Monastery.
And then Eurixus's temple.
Oh, okay.
I'll say before we start to head out, if anybody finds Asaba, just find a way to get her in contact with me in any way.
Okay.
Where am I going?
Where would you want to go?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Maybe if you want to, you could bounce with me and S-Stock.
I say because I said Rick was probably going to go with them anyways because that's going through the sewers is probably the easiest way for you to get to the beast pens and to get to the site wardens.
Okay.
What if? Not sure how long it's going to take, but what if we gather our forces, right? We do like a sweeping motion, right? We as we're gathering our forces and we're getting our ship together and we're moving, we try to look for survivors and we push them towards the gate or towards evacuation points. And then we kind of we sweep them out of the city, collapse back in, and then attack. So we have all our forces and we got as many civilians out.
I feel like, and I don't know if this is metagaming or if S-Stock knows that Isha has this spell, but I know a lot of these plagues and stuff are airborne, and he has the control weather spell. If we can time it to where we get like a strong cyclone or just motion of air going and have it concentrated on a part of a city, and then we can get everybody out, like
Safe
that,
haven.
yeah, like start to get people out without.
Yeah, and then we could do them instead of having to get them out on the ground. We could just push them towards the gates, on the surface level, and just.
Yeah.
Oh, those are very far.
What
That would take
if we do the cyclone and we
From
get
where you are, if you guys made the trek by foot to the front gates, it would take that amount of people. It would take a couple days to move them that far.
what's your name? Tirsan, what's the average level of the wizards and spellcasters at your school? Would you know that?
Are
No.
you asking about the staff or
Yeah, preferably the staff, the stronger ones.
Students range from levels 1 to 8.
Okay.
The staff generally ranges from 10 to level 16. Maybe there's one or two of them that are level 18.
So if we did the cyclone strat, right, we could also get the administration from the school to make a bunch of teleporting circles and get out people to set up a safe spot for them to get to. You know what I mean? Like
Now,
a landing spot.
You guys
Would that
have not
be enough?
tried teleportation magic yet in here.
Oh, fuck.
True.
You guys did a very short range one to Asilla's lab, but even then it was very wacky.
Okay. Well,
What
we can
about-
think of that, I guess. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea.
What if we set up a fog?
Facade?
No,
Well,
fog. A forward operator.
Actually,
Oh, okay.
actually
Like a
let's do
safe
this. Asilla and Estok and Rick, you actually run the walls yourself. And Isha, the four of you can roll me either Arcana, History, Religion, or Nature. Or Survival. One of those 5 skills.
Oh, not with advantage.
I think mine was advantage too.
A little
Damn.
worse.
Okay. Those are also pretty good rolls.
He's 7. Okay, bro.
That's mid.
We're at
I
33
think-
and a 37.
I think Rick, you think you think, okay, well, if there's some issue with teleportation, there must be some sort of almost like bubble that's in place that's like stopping things from going in and out. Isha, it's much clearer for you. You understand a lot of the workings of this city, and you know that other people here, do as well. Some of them in a far more technical way than you, but you know that when the city was built originally, there is a series of runic trees set around the walls
Trees, huh?
that are a protective grid in the city. But you also are aware as a wizard that a simple inversion of their power source would, instead of keeping magic out, stick all magic in.
Mm.
Do we know where the power source for this is? Well, I don't know, but like just a question. What does he know where the power source is located for this?
My bad.
This power source is way like it would be even like in your guy. At least you were told like it was even above your pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say if Isha conveys that information, that would give Ascilla something on her roll.
And I absolutely would.
Okay.
The trees.
Ascilla, what it makes you think of, even on a 17, is you couldn't figure out why these visitors were bringing tithes of energy. You couldn't figure out like what's it going to. You think that this is what it's supposed to be going to.
Oh.
Now you don't know if the wizards are using it for that. In fact, you think they're not. But you
They're
think that
probably not.
this is the premise of why all of these kings and lords bring gifts of pure magical power to this city.
Mm. Hold on, I'm writing.
You're good.
Weren't all the gifts left at the temple?
No. They don't do this at the temple. Like the power thing is done.
Yeah. They would have been collected in the
supposedly-
tower before dinner.
in the tower before dinner, because that's what Estella was trying to find, so she could do her little thingy with the machines and the little in the lab, that thing. She didn't know where it was being kept in the tower, or if it had even happened yet.
So I imagine that room with all that energy's got to be pretty heavily guarded.
Yeah, you have to be a wizard to get in there. But we have a wizard.
We have one.
Isha.
Yeah.
Might
Oh
need your
shit! You know, I
help.
just thought of something. Isha should not be around the civilians, like around the regular people.
Well, that's fucking hurtful.
No, because
Why?
Because he smells?
Estov
Wow.
literally just said, "Don't trust any wizards."
I'll go back over the intercom and I'll say,
You
Isha
run
is an
back-
exception.
You run back down.
Yeah. I'll be like,
Like,
you're
let me
right,
talk
Neris.
about
I'm gonna
that.
run back down.
Like 10 minutes later, just Isha's an except. What the hell is this guy talking about?
People like hiding in dark rooms.
No, because
fucking fear
I
their
just thought
lives.
about that because I'm not sure if DM remembered that or not, but I know he has put some bullshit on us before because of what we said.
No, it's a good catch.
We
It's a
did
good
not
catch.
say it.
I will generally say though, Isha is unlike most wizards, very beloved by most people because he is so involved in the actual city. Isha owns and runs multiple orphanages. Like he's
I'm a nice guy.
He owns many orphans.
he collects them, one might say.
See,
For
and
his
then like
undead
now the
army.
people, who knows, maybe like a random conspiracist is out there just waiting to see him, and then just
Since Isha's
pops and
arrived,
passes
the
out.
orphanage rate has gone
The
up
twist is that Isha was
significantly.
supplying the Archmagos with kids.
Mhm.
Hey, yo, can I run? Can I roll a insight check on Isha real quick?
If you want. But no, Isha is like a generally pretty he's not viewed like most wizards. He is viewed as a citizen who just happens to be a wizard.
You rolled a
A 19?
19 with the
I
plus
don't think Isha's trying to lie, is he?
You're good.
No.
My bad.
He's one of the good ones.
Yeah. So yeah, you know Isha was in fact not supplying Archmagos with kids.
Dope. Do you relay that to everybody, Neris?
Guys, I think
It
Isha is
wasn't-
one of the good ones.
So what's our where are we?
Yeah.
What's our plan when we get the forces together? Rendezvous here, and we'll decide where to go after that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of a time crunch right now.
I think that's for the best.
I
I don't
want
know, but like,
to. Oh, go ahead.
what is our goal? Our goal is to end this as quickly as possible, or get civilians out. Or what is our
Both.
end goal? Because
It's a multi-prong attack.
yeah, because I said we all have right hand mans, right? Like all right hand.
Yeah.
Right? We could task them on like securing a evacuation points and everything, so that we could focus with the bulk of our forces the actual attack on the wizards. Or
I think that's the plan,
I think we're neglecting the evacuation part of this plan, like a lot.
Well,
No, I
that's where
trust
Caleb's. That's
Asaba.
where Caleb's.
I
Yeah,
trust
Caleb's
Asaba
army's in there.
completely.
Don't I have something that could be used for an evacuation?
You could. There are, I mean, tons of flying beasts and everything like that. But even then, I mean, you have power over a whole host of rangers that are very good at traversing difficult terrains and stuff. They would be incredibly useful to travel with people who are
Literal
trying
guides.
to escape.
Didn't you also say that Billy could do that too?
Yes, I don't know how well that would go over with the people, though.
Yeah.
He's kind of scary.
Casual. Yeah, and then don't forget you have a Kraken, so
I know, but
not the right time. I get it.
no, it's not that. It's just I still don't know. Do I have to be near the ocean to use him?
Krakens
he
are
just
generally
fall in?
water-based creatures, but there are huge bodies of water all over the city.
Okay, because I didn't know that. I thought it was just like
Yeah.
the Bay Area.
I mean, they're basically. It sounds strange, but they're almost the city is so large, they're almost man-made oceans with tunnels through the bottom that lead through the land actually out to main ocean.
Okay, so I can't summon him within the city.
Yeah, he can get inland.
Okay, then that's good to know. That's why
There's actually a huge, very deep moat surrounding the wizard's tower.
Hey, good to know. Good to know.
Call him, bro. Call him.
I'm about to. Okay, then if that's the case, then
All right.
yeah, that's one thing.
Like I said, I think with Rick's Rangers and Asaba kind of calling the shots.
He said
for
the thing. He said the thing.
Rick's
What
Rangers.
are we, some kind of Ranger Rick? Say that again.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Some kind of Suicide Squad? That's insane, bro. Bro just pulled out a fucking Suicide Squad reference.
No, that's fucking writing right there.
Holy shit. Will Smith the GOAT.
What are we, some kind of Machina?
A box? Yeah. Vocal
don't get it.
machine. Alrighty.
Guys.
Alrighty. Alright. Is everybody okay with splitting up? Everybody have the plan?
I want to
Yeah.
give everybody a well, I'll give one to Ascilla, one to Euryxis, and then I'll give one to Yeah, I'll just give him to those two. I'm gonna give him one of the little bots I have so I can hear what's going on.
Okay. So it's a one way.
I
You
know
won't
it's
be
a
able to
one.
talk back. Yeah. But he gives you guys these two little bugs so that he can hear what's going on with you.
All right, bro. Give me a wire. I put it on my chest under my clothes.
So you're gonna walk up to him.
Yeah. So young thug.
Walk up to one of them YNs.
All right. All right. Anybody have any questions? Anything they want from me, like to ask the church?
I ain't got no questions, but I do got something I want to say before we do the break apart.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I look over at Isla, and I just
Mhm.
tell her, whenever this is over, there's something I want to tell you. That's it. That's all I said.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Before we head out, I'm a pat Neris on the back. I say, for your daughter.
Fuck, I hate you so much. It was a one-time mistake.
That
I was
you're
drunk.
never
Is all
living
in you
down.
now.
I was drunk. Yeah.
I was drunk.
You're
all
always
right?
drunk.
Yeah,
And Isla
literally.
didn't let me see my son.
Oh my! You can come see him whenever he wants. He's always at the monastery.
Real.
You just don't make time for him because you're always drunk.
Making crack in your basement.
You're giving
Always make time
daughter.
for
You're
my
giving your daughter
my
daddy
actual
issues.
daughter.
All right. So you guys all head out to your various locations. You all go back down through the sewers to avoid the poisons and stuff on the upper streets. As you guys reach your various kind of branching paths and everything like that, you split off. Let me think for a second. Who is technically closest to their destination? Truthfully, it's Eurixis and Neris. You guys would be able to get to the temples pretty quick. It would probably only be like 15
Emissary.
minutes of walking.
Yeah.
And Masiri as well. Yeah. So the three of you, after about 15 minutes, you come up to the two sets of stairs. The one leads up into the basement of the monastery. One leads up to the backyard. I assume you go straight up into the basement.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys climb up basement. Go ahead as you climb. Everybody can roll me a perception or an investigation.
Righty.
Which one's higher?
Advantage because it's my own home or no?
Well, this is technically Neris' temple.
Oh wait, am I not going to mine?
Oh.
You can get to yours through
Through his,
a
okay.
connecting tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And what's nearest is
Can
mine,
I get
correct?
advantage since it's
Yes.
my
Yeah.
home?
Y'all combine the monastery.
Okay, so do
DM?
we get advantage?
Yeah. You guys can have advantage. That's fine.
Can I go to my church and just like split off with them?
Yeah, in just a moment.
Ooh, 27.
Okay.
Rough.
27. Neris, as you're.
Damn.
Wait, was that supposed to be an advantage?
No, it's
No,
fine.
but it's okay because your passive perception is like 27.
Where am
Yeah.
I?
It is.
Yeah.
So it's mine.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So like, truthfully, the roll was just to kind of see, but I'll say for fairness, all of you as you're climbing up, you hear the low thrum of what sound like dozens, if not hundreds, of people kind of whispering and talking in the room above you, like the kind of click of small wooden bowls on the ground, some people drinking water, whispers, hubbub, that kind of thing as you climb.
I look at Masiri and Neris and I make sure that they're looking good because we just fought. So I wanna cast Oh, do I not have prestidigitation? That sucks. Can I cast mending? Make sure they're not like fucked up and just kind of make sure the clothes are all good.
You guys like clean up your clothes a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you wipe off the blood. You still look a little rough, but better.
We own this place. We have to look good. So.
Yeah.
Well, they do. But yeah.
You guys climb up, and as you enter, you see a room filled with easily at this point hundreds of citizens and refugees. You see people piled on walls, basically wall to wall down here. The basement is a huge area, but it is almost completely full. There's barely a path for you guys to step up and walk. As you walk in, you see some of the people, their eyes are kind of glazed over, and they're not looking at anything. Some of the ones nearby you kind of look up, and you see kind of a surprised look in a lot of their eyes. Most of them are pretty shocked and don't really want to say anything and draw attention to themselves. But you see, there's a small handful of people who seem lucid and are greatly surprised to see people of your caliber here. But a lot of these people are in shock.
Are there children in there? I'm assuming there are.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yes, would you
I
like
would
to take charge?
Yeah, I would like to. Whenever I enter the room, right, I like to do like a flip and like land in front of the kids and like smile at them and like
Yeah, sure. You see a bunch
like,
of a couple of there's like a small. You see some of the monks have set up like a feeding table where they have like a bunch of pots of soups and stuff that they've made with some bread and everything, and they're handing it out. You can see that like this bread is freshly made from the ingredients that they went and bought earlier after you had them trash all the bad stuff. And you see they're handing out food. And you see right now they're like handing out food to the kids. There's a line, and as you walk up behind them and do a flip, you see a bunch of the kids turn around and start kind of giggling and laughing. You see kind of a younger boy with glasses kind of step up, and he like puts his bowl down and he goes to try and do a backflip and absolutely eat shit.
and I try to catch it.
Yeah, yeah. Roll a dexterity check. It's pretty low DC.
I really want him to go. Oh, that young girl, watch out!
Just straight dexterity or
You lazy, all right?
Dexterity saving throw.
dexterity saving throw.
My daughter can do those.
18.
18's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, he goes for a flip and you see he's just about to like throw his head right back onto the ground and you just catch him and pull him back up.
I tell them, I say, easy there, youngin. All right.
Notice I didn't say gender. He didn't want to mess up.
And I tell
Yeah.
them, I look at the crowd of people, right, and I'd say, don't worry, guys. Situation is being handled. We are getting you out of here.
Go ahead and roll
Birds.
me a
Guidance. Guidance on anything.
Persuasion check with advantage, and I'll let you put guidance on there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just to make them shine too, because it's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was feeling like a little golden light, like something.
I put my
Two.
guidance on them, not Rix's guidance. So
Which if it rolls higher, I'm glad.
Now he looks a little evil and scary.
17 is not bad
17 is not bad.
for a 0. Yeah.
Well, and these are just commoners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on a 17, I'm going to say a lot of people are still in shock. You don't get through to a lot of them, but you see a good handful of people paying attention to you, and they start to kind of like hurriedly whisper among themselves. You see a couple of smiles. The mood is still rather low, but it seems to have reassured some amount of them to see some city officials taking action.
I guess I proceed to walk forward towards where my monks are.
Yeah, yeah. You walk by and you see there's like a couple of lower level acolytes and stuff who are handing out the food and everything like that. You walk up the stairs into the main hallway, open up the wooden doors, and there's kind of a hallway to your left that you know leads to the main amphitheater of the temple where you're assuming some of the higher ups will be. As you walk in, you see both Izar and Kamra, who are